time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to plank. Hey!
Hey everyone, welcome to Power Hour Live, Monday, February 24th. Things are back to fairly unchanged. At least the S&P is tiny green. NASDAQ is down 0.5%. Russell pretty much unchanged. Dow up 0.5%. Gold is slightly green. Silver down almost 1%. Notes and bonds and yields fairly flat. Oil down about up 0.4%. Natural gas down 5%. All the grains finished red. Euro and the pound pretty flat. And Bitcoin is down almost 1%. VIX down about 1%, sitting at 18. Peaked today, this morning. Peaked over 20. Yeah, 20.24 before the S&P bounced and volatility contracted. So all my BICs I've had a bunch of mostly one-sided stops here, no doubles. And then the most recent one hasn't hit anything yet. So tiny red currently could come out green here, depending on as long as we don't have a whipsaw action during power hour. Took 2 price action iron condors today. One got stopped before hitting any PTs. The other one, I've still got 1 contract left. And it's got in at 7.15. It's trading for $1.40. So over 80%. So I'll just letting that one burn a little bit. Put on a Wooga. That is on the 10s and 20s. Currently still pretty centered. Did a discretionary 1 DTE, transformed it into a downside vertical. Minimum profit 470, max 1470. Did some Monday calendars. And they're all just kind of mixed around, unchanged. I've got my 5-7 from Friday. I did a 3-4 double, 1-3-1-2, a 2-4, 2-3, 1-4. Like I said, all pretty much unchanged. Oh, I did take a 3-4 single put calendar that with that flush got stopped out pretty quick based on how far it pushed below the strike, the put strike, small loss. So that is it for me, I believe. Yeah. Day trading, scratched out a small profit. So yeah, that's it for me. Chad, how's your day?
Yeah, it's been a pretty active day of trading for me, really. More so than normal. I put on a later 1 DTE around 9:15 after the VIX kind of spiked up. Booked or closed half at 25%, and then on the push up that we were having, it looked like things were really going to get strong. It was probably 20 or 30 cents away from hitting my 40%. But then it started to go against me, so I just closed it out. It's still a nice profit, 1470. But if I would have left it on, it probably would have went ahead and hit that profit target of 40%. And then my first TLC, let's see, 2040. No, I'm sorry, 20%, and then stopped. And so it's pretty much scratch trade. My second one, 20, 40, 60, 80 and out. My third one, 20, 40 and stopped. And then I'm in a power hour one that just got stopped as I'm speaking. So, and then I'm in a power hour two. I was getting ready to say I could use a little bounce. My power hour one could use a little bit of a bounce here as continued down movement was going to go against it. But now I see it just got stopped. So, one thing I have left then is the power hour two, which still sitting okay, but yeah, got to stop moving down here. And I am in a couple Woogas. They are let's see, the 1525s and the 10s and 20s. So I just need to stop this down movement for them as well.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting in another price action iron Condor here. You can still get it's about 10 wide. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Looks like it's coming in on the 15s and 05s. Yep. All right. So we're kind of right between yesterday's low and yesterday's close. So I'm hoping we just kind of continue to chop around these levels. Obviously, the big flush to start the day. Market gapped up, flushed down for the first 30 minutes, call it. Then kind of chopped sideways around the expected move area. Then we had the push up, and then it's been fairly sideways since. As far as individual stocks go, well, first, just looking at the sectors, strongest sectors are healthcare, financials, metals, retail. Wow, SMH was up there. Now it's down 1.5%. Chinese stocks are down. Cryptos are down. On the green side, we've got Nike, TEM, Twilio, Lulu, Boeing are the strongest. Disney's also been strong, up 2%. Apple has been relatively strong as well. It's up 1%. Google slightly green. On the red side, we've got PLTR down 10%. Like I said, the Chinese stocks are red. SMCI is down 5%. MSTR down 3.5%. Coin down 3%. Meta down 2%. Tesla down 1%. We've got earnings. We had Domino's before the market opened today. We've got Hims for those of you who need your erectile dysfunction medications. We've got Hims after the bell today. We've got Riot Blockchain, TEM, which is one of those Pelosi stocks, Zoom, and then pre-market Home Depot tomorrow. The only one of those that I would play would be probably Home Depot. Let me check hymns. I'm not sure I ever have traded hymns.
I didn't even know that was a publicly traded stock until today.
So we've got about 15 cents wide, decent open interest on a $50 stock. It's tradable. It was on quite a run up to 70, almost $73, back down to 49 in the last few days with this downturn.
Been pretty steady downward movement for over an hour now.
Riot, I think, is pretty cheap now. Yeah, $10. I wouldn't not gonna trade that. Zoom, how's Zoom doing these days? Zoom's at 81 bucks. About 15 cents wide on an $82 stock. Open interest in the hundreds. It's been pretty sideways since its last earnings. And Home Depot. So Home Depot, right around its last earnings, hit 439. It's down to 382. Actually, just today, it flushed a couple of previous lows here and bounced. Nvidia's coming down. Not a whole lot's moving. S&P, NASDAQ. Yeah, NASDAQ. Well, yeah, both S&P and NASDAQ have just been really kind of trailing off here. Yeah, so if I do anything, I'll do a bullish fly on Home Depot for earnings.
They've taken a lot of my money in the last couple of months.
You got some home repair projects going on?
Well, I've rebuilt two of the three sides of my chain link fence. So, yeah, chain link fence stuff.
I would say my of the three big box home stores, I like Menards the best.
Yeah,
Lowe's is number two, and I just don't really go to Home Depot, even though it's the closest one to my house.
yeah. Menards isn't close to me, but I have both. I go to Lowe's for like almost everything else except for fencing stuff for some reason, like all my landscaping stuff like that, power tools.
I don't know what it is. Home Depot just, well, I think it's probably a customer service issue at one point. That's probably what really did it, but I don't know. Lowe's just seems more organized.
Yeah, I could see that.
So let's take a look at a Home Depot fly. Expected move is 15. So about 97. That's what I've got working for Home Depot. So my price action iron Condor is up about 8%. My Wooga is down or about break even. Is everybody okay today? No chat? No questions? Got any new folks on the call today? These live streams are open forum, open Q&A. Anybody has any questions for either Chad or myself?
Just hit 20% on my power hour number 2. So that helps after my power hour 1 was a loser.
Uh-oh, here comes Dick K. Yeah, Dick, I just like your presence, my friend. Microsoft's catching a little bounce. Was that your Chad? Was that your toss getting a fill?
Yep, just closed 5 longs on my power hour number 1.
Okay, I was looking around. I didn't get
Or
my
number 2.
visual.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it pretty much guarantees a green day for me. Getting 20% of that power hour trade because I had a full stop on a power hour 1. The Woogas need it to come back up though.
Well, it could be scary or good, right, Elliot? Or do you have a different sound for stop versus fill limit? I'm not sure if you can do that on toss. Elliot, did you bail on your SPX calls on the gap up? Still holding? You've got a whole methodology though around what you do. You're always holding those, right? For the most part. Trump Daddy's on the mic. Talking about French President Macron.
Like a push up to about 60.15.
All right, I was just trying to hear what's going on at the presser a little bit, but yeah, he's just taking questions after having a talk with the French president.
Did you
Price
get filled
action
on your
iron.
butterfly?
What's that?
You get filled on your butterfly?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
Looks like it's trading at $1.93. I've got my order at $1.88. We'll move it to $1.95. Filled at $1.95. Getting close to 20% on my price action iron condor that I just entered 15 minutes ago.
This little bounce is helping me quite a bit here.
Open my Wooga. My Wooga's at about 18%. Not a lot of news this week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we've got a couple Fed speakers and consumer confidence. Wednesday, a couple Fed speakers and new home sales. G20 meetings start. Thursday, GDP and unemployment claims, pre-market. Durable goods, couple Fed speakers, and then the big one is Friday, pre-market core PCE price index. hitting 20%.
I'm getting real close to 40% here on my second power hour. That would lock in a pretty nice day, given I had a full stop. Ooh.
Yeah, price nice and choppy here.
And now just let's see, it went from 15 cents away to $1 away. Price is a little bouncy.
Back and forth, back and forth. That's all we need. So the last contract on my other Iron Condor, it's on the 95.35s. You'd think I'd be good just to let that expire. Let's see, we've got 40 minutes. Let's let it go for now. Didn't really pay attention this morning because I was live streaming in regards to the move lower. Was there anything specific that triggered that, or is it just kind of a continuation from Friday?
I didn't see anything. Of course, I wasn't really watching either, but I was assuming it was a continuation.
Yeah, don't see any red highlights on Financial Juice this morning, really. It's just really bouncing between Friday's close and Friday's low. Stuck in between. It's good. Apple and Google of the big tech are kind of the only green on the board. Boeing and Disney are also up over 2%.
Disney was on fire earlier.
What's that?
Disney was just straight up earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching that. I was considering taking a piece on that because it was, compared to the market, it was definitely acting stronger, but then it just kind of took off without me. Got some of Boeing. So Boeing started out strong and then it pushed through lows and it popped right back up. So when it started consolidating below lows of day, I was watching it in relation to the SPX, and it was acting stronger. So I got long somewhere in this consolidation. I think it was after this last little dip, and caught that move up to about, yeah, I was out before noon. So decent move. Didn't catch the last leg. And then Tesla, I got short at pre-market lows, and I had a nice profit. I was up probably 20%. I had my profit target a little bit lower, never got down there, and then bounced. So I ended up taking a loss after being up a decent amount on that one. And then what was my other one? Oh yeah, Apple. Apple was acting strong relative to the market. So let's see, when did I get in here? I was watching it here. I didn't catch this leg up. I'll have to go back and look at the, oh, 907. Okay, so I must have just, oh, that's right. Yeah, I was still live streaming. I caught this little bounce, and then when it reversed quickly after pushing through Friday's high, I just cut out for a small profit. Wooga is break even. I need a little bounce. At the money, butterflies are, looks like around $1 maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty directional price movement since 12:30 today.
Well, let's go, VWAP. We need a bounce. Work your magic, VWAP. Bounce back up to about 12 would be beautiful.
Yeah, I would take that.
NASDAQ definitely the weakest here. It never even got back to positive territory after the morning flush, whereas the SPX was green for a good part of the day.
Ah, 40. There's 40 percent on my power hour trade. Now I just need a continued bounce for the Woogas.
Bounce for the Woogas. I'm in. I'm in for that. Over 40% now on my price action iron Condor.
I mean, the S&P needs to understand how much I could make if it bounces.
Trump is done talking. Got about 26 minutes to go. All right, I'm going to take a couple more of these off. All right, so holding one, and I've still got one from earlier. And I've got my Wooga. Which, if we can get a 5-point bounce and some premium decay, be close to 50%, if not hitting it.
Yeah, need 2 green bars in a row here. Haven't had one for a while. Haven't had 2 in a row for a while.
Butterflies are staying cheap. Still hovering around $1. Dick K, what are you doing for power hour these days? Are you doing some multi-tranching today? Wooga's up about 26%. Yeah, so what do you, I've kind of gotten back and forth on that whole thing. I just trying to figure out how I would, like, are you just position sizing for to take max loss, or what's your kind of bailout point? A percentage of account value, or what are you doing on that? SPX is liking that Friday's low level.
Every little bounce met with a down move.
Yeah, every little pop is getting whack-a-mole since yeah, about 12:15.
And stopped on my last two contracts.
Wooga is sitting at break even. Actually, a little bit red now. Yeah, I guess my biggest thing is what am I going to do? I'm just trying to think of worst case scenario, where you have a quick 30-point move. Just trying to work through what my strategy would be in that kind of situation. If I don't have a clearly defined strategy like that around the worst case scenario, then I know myself well enough to know that I will be like, well, it's a pretty big move. Maybe it'll come back. So I've learned I've got to set those defined parameters up for before it happens.
Wow.
All right, SPX. Feeling heavy. VIX continuing to climb. Got 6.5 minutes till MOC. Wooga needs a back above 6005 to break even. Hold your head up. Don't do anything crazy into the close. $6,000 butterfly is maybe $1.20. And we get a bounce. Does not appear that we are going to get a bounce yet. MOC in 3 minutes. So Dick, are you saying you'll position size differently based on your rolling 30-day P&L? Because you think of that as kind of a buffer. Am I hearing you correctly? By the way, if you have positions you're trying to manage, don't feel like you need to answer me right away. All right, back up to 03. Get some legs here. Ooga, back to break even. All my calendars are green. One minute till MOC. MOC incoming here in a few seconds. $96 million sell side. Pretty much nothing. See if the market wants to perceive that as bullish or bearish.
Whack-a-mole again.
Yep.
I closed my Woogas, both losers. One was a small loser.
Yeah. Yuck.
Yeah, that's why.
That's what I wanted.
That's why I closed my Woogas at the 3 or 250 time. I just seen this price action way too much.
Stopped on my last contract of my price action iron Condor. Still got one contract from the first one. Need to stay above 95. That's all of a sudden in question.
Pretty brutal power hour price action. Kind of surprised I'm even green with my power hour trades.
$95 butterfly still staying cheap with this price movement. $92 still coming down. And stopped on my last contract of my other one. Wooga is going to be dead unless he gets a bounce. Doesn't look like Mahomes is going to get an entry with this price movement. Got a little over about 5.5 minutes. VIX back above 19.
She wants lows of day.
NVIDIA heading to lows of day. SPX back below its expected move range level. NDX is almost to lows of day. Little sell-off continuation. We can get any kind of continuation lower tomorrow in stocks. I'll definitely be putting on a VXX trade. I was looking at them today. But I'll give it one more day. A little over 3 minutes. I have my bot set to 40 delta. So I got filled at 241 central climb time. And that's the strikes that it shows, 10 and 20. I wasn't looking at the delta specifically on my platform or anything. So whatever it took, it was the closest to 40. SPX down to 59.83. NDX ticked a new low. SPX is getting close. I did not enter a Mahomes. It's close to $2 now. Got a little over a minute. Still coming down. Bleeding into the close. So yeah, like on a day like today, Dick K, I'm just kind of thinking through how I would do this. I mean, that's a 33-point move basically since we started Power Hour. depending on unless you started some tranches in the morning, they should, I would assume, all be kind of out of range here. And there is the bell, 5983.49. 5983.49. So I guess, I mean, obviously the big thing with that multi-tranching is, yeah, you're gonna have days that are decent sized losses, but typically the number of days to recoup is pretty short from what I could gather from my testing. All right, all that is a wrap. Chad will be streaming live in the morning at the open for day trading. And then we'll be back for Power Hour. All right, all. Take care. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.